The financial markets can be a scary place, and they don't rest for anybody. Our goal here at A1 Trading is to bring you coverage every day, so you can be up to speed on the latest market moves. Before the show begins, remember that trading involves risk, and that anything shared in our content should not be construed as financial advice.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Where does the allocation of funds happen right now?
It'll go exactly where you want it to go. The next bit after that, you'll enter and then it'll go up.
How would you enter, right? What if you're new to order blocks? What if you're nervous, right? Let's say.
And the correction moves is in the A, B, C move.
Today's stream is made possible by our partners and sponsors. If you're looking for a new broker, trying to get funded, or looking for a trading community to join, consider checking out the links in the description below. By using these links, you'll get access to great products and be supporting the channel. Without further ado, the show is about to begin.
Sorry about that, y'all. I was muted. So sorry about that. But welcome to the stream. Welcome back. I see y'all in the chat. I see y'all, official fam. Let's go. Let's go. So I encourage everyone to ask any question you have for me today. I'm going to do my best to answer every single question that you have, okay? But first, let me just do a fresh analysis on these pairs. So we're going to take a look at GJ, gold, USD Cad, GU, and then US30 at the end, okay? So let's just do a fresh analysis. Alrighty. If we come here on the daily, looking at GJ, it looks like, yesterday we had a strong move up, and today's current candle, it's kind of weak, right? So it's kind of looking like a doji. So that tells me that price is consolidating, okay? So let's take a look at the 4-hour chart, okay? And what do we see? Why is the daily a doji? Well, look at this. Price is consolidating, right? You see it again. So if you're new, consolidation is when price moves sideways. All right. So you got to remember that price moves 3 ways. It moves up, it moves down, and it moves sideways. Okay. So we're pretty much stuck in this range. All right. So if I put a line here, let's say, let's just take this support and let me clone that. And we just take this resistance. I'm just going to show you how when I break it down on the chart, how you can see the range that we are in, okay? So let's take a look at it on the hour. If you look at GJ, you can see how GJ has been stuck in this range indeed, okay? So basically, price is kind of playing ping pong. It's like tennis. It's like ping, 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 ping. So for me personally, I don't like to trade in consolidation. I like to look for a nice clean range, right? So when I say clean range, I'm not looking for areas of consolidation like this. No, I'm looking for an area like this. Check this out. This is much cleaner than this, right? This is like consolidation sort of, okay? And that's just an example of a clean range. Another example of a clean range I can give you is this. This is probably the best example I can give you right here. It's a nice clean range to the downside. All right, so what we're going to be looking for is clean ranges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to say, okay, I don't see a clean range until price breaks under this support, right? If I ignore these 2 wicks here, if I ignore that, to me, a nice clean range would be down to this support area. I think this looks really clean. Okay. So this is how I would typically set myself up here. And what I would do is I would go to a lower time frame and I would wait till I see price give me a closure below this zone, right? Let me see if I can give you a better example of that. If I take this and I make it red, Check this out. Closure below the zone would be a bearish candle, right? So I would wait for something like that before I take an entry here in this clean range. Okay, that's just an example. All right, let me just switch this back here and make my background. All right, and looking at the top side here, what I'd want to see is I'd want to see price. Oh, my fault, y'all. I meant to change this. There we go. I'd want to see price break above this resistance, right? Because this is still ranging here. So if we look above this resistance and we look left, well, we have a clean range up into about this point right here. So then I would grab the top of this resistance and bring it over. So now I kind of have my setup. Okay, so I have my setup. Now all I have to do is wait. All right, so it makes sense. So step one is find that consolidation zone. Step two is identify support, identify resistance. Step three is look for clean ranges. So look for clean range to the downside, look for clean range to the top side. And then step four is going to be line up the top of that resistance, line up the bottom of that support. Okay, and that's typically how I set my trades up. Now I'm doing this on the hourly because of the way this looks, but I do tend to do this on like 30-minute or the 15-minute. All right, I'm just gonna check in with the chat just in case anyone has a question here. What's up, Obi? I see you, Denisha, Regis, Thumper, Ashleyana. I see y'all. Like trading pockets. I see y'all. Let's see. And then I typically would just go down to the 30-minute, and sometimes I just adjust my zones, right? So if I'm on a 30-minute here, I would move this to be below this zone, right? And then I would adjust this to be at the top of this zone. Now I'll go down to the 15-minute, and the 15-minute is typically where I stop myself at. And it looks like these look good, okay? That's typically what I would do. All right, so I'm just gonna save that. Let's hop over to gold. So gold, I actually took a loss today on stream on gold. I'm gonna show you why. So if I go in replay mode and if I take this away, right? Oh, I'm going to 15-minute. You know, it almost looks like we had a closure above this area. And we were watching gold for a while on my stream earlier this morning. If those of you who were with me, we were on gold all morning. So we were consolidating between here and here, right? Step one is to find that consolidation zone, right, where price is just kind of pinging across. That's step one. Step two is find the support and resistance. So we're just taking the top of these candles here. So this would be the resistance. This would be the support. And step three is to what? Find those clean ranges, right? So clean range coming down, right? Looks okay, down to about this support area, which means, you know, if price breaks below, I can see price come into this area. And then if we're looking for a clean range above, looks like we got a nice clean pathway up into this resistance, like so, okay? Now, it is unfortunate that we took a loss today, but I will tell you, on our stream, we've been on a big winning streak. Over the last 2 weeks, we caught over 500 pips on Gold Live. And those of you who are here in the chat, who are with me, I know we've been having some good couple of weeks here. So look, so what we wait for is a closure above, which we did get. And then the next thing I wait for is I wait for the next candle to show me bullish momentum, right? And the reason I wait for confirmations is because I find that when I wait for confirmations, I lose a lot less, you know? So in trading, you know, of course, we're going to take losses, of course, but you want to make sure that your wins are higher than your losses, right? So when it came to this next candle, I said, okay, let's see if this next candle shows us bullish momentum. Well, what does that mean? Well, we're looking for it to give us a wick down, right? To reject going down and then to push up. We did not get that. Okay, I'm going to show you what the next candle did. Boom. It came right down. So we never broke this high. You see this? You see how we never broke that high? So there was no buys here. Okay, no buys here. But I'm going to show you what did happen. It actually ended up coming all the way down breaking this support and then down to our zone right here. And this is about 106 pips. So you may be wondering, did you take this sell? No, I didn't take this sell because, when it comes to sticking to my trading plan, I wait for closures. So with this example of waiting for a closure, unfortunately, the way gold moves, gold doesn't like to wait for anybody. And we didn't get a closure. It just went straight down. So it does happen, so don't beat yourself up if you miss trades, because I miss trades too. If I break this down to the 5-minute, even looking at the 5-minute, this next 5-minute candle just came straight to the zone. So based off of my rules that I follow personally, there's no way I would have caught that trade. All right. So if we go to the next candle, I'm going to show you what happened here. Price kind of pulled up. All right. But if I go on a 5-minute, I'm going to show you where I took a sell. Right about here. So what we were thinking was on stream was we said, okay, maybe we can get this wick fill back down to this area, because gold likes to do that sometimes. And also the range was pretty big. It's about a 73 pip range. So what I was thinking was I was waiting for this next candle to break the low here, right? I was waiting for it to break the low here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line here and I'm going to show you exactly what I did. So that next candle, bang. You see how it started? I'm going to put it back real quick. Look at how it started. Bang. Okay. It had that wick up rejection, and it was also the beginning of the new 15-minute candle. So it looked good on the 15-minute. It looked red at first. I'll show you one more time. That's what it looked like when I entered. All right. So it was looking bearish. It had a wick rejection. We broke the lows here. Took an impulsive sell. My stops were above the previous candle here, this candle. And my TP, I was going for about 40 to 50 pips here. Okay. Now I want to point something out here. Because gold's been so volatile, I'm sure you heard about Ukraine and Russia and everything going on. What I did was I did not use my regular stop loss here. I'm sorry, I didn't use my regular lot size here. What I did was I used 20% of my lot size. So it is important that when you're trading different pairs, you understand you always have to have risk management. If you know this is a risky trade, if you know it's really volatile because of the war talk, if you know that gold moves crazy, then lower your risk. You don't have to use your regular lot size. So I used 20% of my lot size here. And I barely took a loss. I'm gonna be honest with you. I barely took a loss, so I'm just going to show you what happened here. Price did indeed consolidate a little bit, and then it went straight up to the stop loss here. But again, within risk management, we do manage our losses and we keep them small. Okay. Let's see. Like I said, we're up over 500 pips this month. So this little loss was really like nothing. All right. But indeed, one thing I do is after every stream, I do like to go over my wins and my losses just to see what I did. Okay, so I'm just going to take a look in the chat. Bearish means you're on a sell side. You believe it's going down. Yes, bearish is going down. Bullish is going up. Show love. Hello. I see you. I'm late, but I'm here to show support. Appreciate that. So yeah, so now if we update this to the live chart, what do we see now? Were we right about gold going down? Possibly, yes. However, gold decided to come back up. I'm gonna show you in a 15-minute, so you can see it. From where we took our sells at, it decided to pull back up here. What, about 86 pips, and test the top of this resistance again. As you can see, look at that reversal candle. Then it came right back down here. So, it is unfortunate. Sometimes it's the timing of your entry. So I always say when it comes to learning trading, you're going to find that once you start to get it down, you may be right about the direction, about price going down, but maybe your entry is just off. Okay. So, it happens. It happens. But just to give you an update of what I see now on gold, what I'm actually going to do is take a look at the 4-hour chart. So I just want to see what it looks like on the 4-hour. So to me on the 4-hour, it looks like we came up to the zone. I'm just going to make this a different color so you can see it. But it looks like we're kind of like strongly rejecting this area, right? It's like a strong rejection to me. So I would definitely consider it. I'd say the last couple weeks on our stream here, we've been taking 4-hour candle flips on gold, and we just really been racking up the pips. But today, the 4-hour doesn't look too friendly. But just looking at this on the 30-minute, it does indeed look like gold's going to come down, right? Here it goes now. I'm going to put this down to this support level right here. Why? Because I see a clean range, right? We got this nice clean range here. Okay. And also, just going based off of my strategy, we got gold breaking support right here. So when was this? Blocking my time here. So it was at 10 o'clock. Okay. So this started at 10 o'clock. Not too bad, not too bad. And one thing I want to say is if you're watching this right now, don't get FOMO. Don't just hop in, because I've been going over some of my subscribers' losses, and I notice a lot of people, they'll see this and they'll enter a trade right here. They'll enter a sell, and it's like, you know, the move is kind of almost to TP, you know, so you don't want to get FOMO and hop into a move when you see like it's almost finished. You know what I mean? So if you're a beginner, it's really important for you to make sure you know that, hey, you know, price is almost at TP. Let me not get FOMO. Let me just wait for the next move. Okay. But yeah, this looks pretty good. It's just unfortunate that we missed this about 18 minutes ago. Would have been a good entry here. That's all right. All right, let's see. Any questions in the chat here? African Wood Trader, I see you. I see you. Link my channel. It's my name, OfficialLins. You can just put it in the YouTube search there. It should say OfficialLins. All right, let's take a look at USD Cad. So, you know, USD Cad, I like this pair. It moves pretty slow. And lately, I feel like sometimes it has volume, sometimes it doesn't. Let's just take a look at it. So, top-down analysis here, looking at the daily candle. Looks like we have a wick rejection, right? So we're rejecting to go up. Price is starting to push down here. So if I'm looking on the daily, just going to take a horizontal line here. Looks like that next support, nice clean candle here down to the support area. So I would typically do something like this. And I'd say, hey, you know, maybe the daily will come down to this support. Do I think it will today? To be honest with you, maybe, maybe not, just based off of the volume being slow, but we'll see. So we're going to type daily support. Okay. And then we're just going to go down to the next time frame. Let's check out the 4-hour. What do we see on the 4-hour chart? And remember, the higher the time frame, the stronger the candles. 4-hour looks like it's breaking that last 4-hour low as we speak. Look at this. Look at this 4-hour candle. Look at this rejection as well. Rejecting to go up, right? We're rejecting to go up. We're breaking support. We got a nice clean range. Beautiful range here. Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful clean move down. Just measuring this out, this is about 47 pips. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type here 4-hour support. So I know, hey, we're breaking the 4-hour support. You know, that's huge. That means we should be going down. All right. Nice clean range here. Like I said, let's go down to the hourly. Ooh, looks like a head and shoulders. You know, so this is when you try to take your knowledge that you learn and you kind of combine it. You know, what's FOMO? FOMO is fear of missing. I'm just going to put missing out, right? Fear of missing out. When you have FOMO, it means you have a fear that you're going to miss out on making some profit. You have a fear that you're going to miss out on a trade. Okay. So check this out. You may say, hey, you know, I read my candlestick books, you know, just like y'all, right? So I see left shoulder, head, maybe right shoulder. It's a little sloppy. You know, they're not going to be perfect, but you may use this as a confirmation. You may say, you know what? Head and shoulders pattern, if we cross at the neckline, right? Say this is the neckline. If we cross here, then we should be going down. So you may even use that as a confirmation. You know, I always say the more confirmations, the better. Just look at this thing. Look at it on the 30-minute. Look at it. Perfect move here. Perfect move here. And these are the type of setups that I take. You know, I do these live on stream. We stream every day. Okay, if I put a support here, what's the strategy I just told y'all? So this is the strategy, exact strategy I just told you. If I put a line here I say we wait for consolidation. Let me bring this back a little bit so you don't get confused. Right? We find some consolidation. Bang, bang, bang. Right? Prices ping, 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 ping. We wait for a closure below. Okay. And this is I'm literally giving you my main strategy right here. Free 99. Yeah, you know it. You know it. Free 99. But yeah, you see how we wait for that closure below the zone? And then what did I say when we were talking about the other pairs here? We're waiting for that wick up rejection and a push down. Okay, so if we go to the next candle, we got a wick up rejection, right? Perfect. It's exactly what we want. Literally textbook right here. Push down, start breaking this candle low. It's the perfect entry, right? Now, we talked about breaking this 4-hour support. Let's wait till it gets to the 4-hour support, put our stops above. You'd be up 15 pips right now. At this point, I'd say put your stops at break even. But, we're targeting 50 pips, And this is just price action. So for those of you who are interested in price action, that is what I trade. That is my primary strategy. I have other strategies that I use, but this is my main focus strategy right here, price action. Okay, and then what was the last thing on that checklist? Having a clean range, right? If we go back to the 1 hour, it looks okay, but on the 4 hour, it looks amazing, right? This 4 hour candle looks amazing, doesn't it? So yeah, these are literally the trade setups we take. We take them all the time, So hopefully you are enjoying the stream so far. Let me know in the chat. Y'all keeping up with me? I know we got a lot of people watching here. Y'all keeping up with me in the chat? Never a YOLO trader. The FOMO's reeled made me go back to the demo to get my mining game plan right. Okay. Yeah, once it's important that you understand your mistakes, because as long as you correct them, you grow as a trader, you get better. You definitely get better. So let me just put this back live. Here we go. And save that. Let's see. I almost wish we started out with this pair. Maybe I could have gave y'all the entry before it happened here. That would have been nice, huh? It's all good. But yeah, that's USD Cad. That's typically how I do my analysis. That's how we do our entries. Let's hold over to GU. So GU has been no bueno to me lately. I've been taking a look at it, but I haven't really been liking it. If you take a look at this on the 4 hour, minus this 4 hour, right? Minus the current one, it's a lot of like up and downs, right? It's a lot of consolidation here. I don't like that. I just told you I like clean ranges. So personally, I say, what, GU, let me just wait till you get out of this range. When you decide to come up out of this range, then I'll take a look at you. So if we put it back live now, where we at now? Oh, okay, we're breaking out of the range. That's cool. So, I'd probably wait for something like that, but I definitely would go to a lower time frame. So I hop down to the 30-minute, and all I'm doing is just adjusting my zones here, making them a little thinner. I don't really need this anymore. Okay, just adjusting these zones. Go down to the 15-minute. Just making this be more as accurate as I can make it. That's all I want, accurate zones. I always say, be petty with your zones. You want your zones to be as accurate as you can get them. Y'all said, yeah, you're keeping up. Nice, nice. Do you wait until it hits daily support before taking profit? No. So good question. What I typically do is I typically like to go for 10 pips. That's typically my goal for the day because I'm a day trader. But after that, you'll see me put my stop loss at break even, or something like this trade. I do see, I'll look left and I'll say, okay, we got a little support area coming up. So price may just come to here and bounce up. So you got to be wary of that, right? We're heading down to this support area right here. This may just be TP. This is my ideal TP. I always say ideal because it doesn't have to go to your TP. But this is what I'm going for, 50 pips. But, maybe I may just get 23, and that's okay with me. That's perfectly okay with me. I always say don't leave money on the table. So, because there's a few traders in my Discord who's been like, Lins, they show me a trade and they're like, you know what? I had someone, was it a couple weeks ago, they said they were up 40 pips, great. And that when they went and checked the trade again a couple hours later, and they're in the negatives and they lost the trade, it hit their stop loss. And I was like, hey, you're up 40 pips. Take the cash, take the money, cash out. So if you're up 40 pips, you should definitely be putting in a trailing stop, taking off some profits. One thing you can do, let's say, okay, let's take this for example. Let's say you're in this trade and you're scared, right? You're like, you know what, Lens, I don't know if I should take my TP here, right? Do I take TP here or do I wait for TP to go here? So we'll call this TP1, TP2. You know what I'm going to tell you? I'm going to say, look. I'm going to say, if you're scared right now, what you can do right here is close some of your trade. Take a percentage off, right? Close some of it right now. You don't have to close the full trade, but what you can do is it's called taking partials, right? So when we talk about taking partials, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say that you entered this trade and you're using a 1.00 lot size, right? Let's say you're using this lot size. Now, if you're not sure what to do, you can take partials. You can take 50% off, right? So if you want to take 50% and then let the runner run to, TP2, that's fine. So you would have to take 50% of your lot size. So 50% of this lot size is half of this lot size. So half of that lot size is a 0.5, right? So what you would do is on MetaTrader, you would edit your trade and you're going to type 0.50 and then you're going to close. And then when you go back, you're going to see that you still have a trade open, but it's not going to say 1. It's going to say 0.5 now. Okay. So you're not going to be going for, what is this, $10 a pip? Now your trade, right? Now your trade's running for $5 a pip down to your runner. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense in the chat. And you don't have to take 50%. I know traders who, they like to take 75%. They're like, you know what? I want to lock in a lot of profit here. They like to take 75%. Okay. Which would be what? 0.75 lock, So you edit your trade, put 0.75, close the trade. And then when you go back, you're going to see that you have a runner going at 0.25, which is what? $2.50 a pip. Okay. Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. And just to give you an example of how this would work out for you, let's say you did take 50% here. Okay. Let's say you did at $10 a pip. Let's see, 16 pips. Okay. So if you took off 50%, that means that you got 16 pips at, well, what's 50% of that? A 0.5 lot, right? So when you close your trade, if you look at your trade history, and we're just going to have to do the math here, 16 pips times 50, times 5, 80, right? So that means you're going to have a history. It's going to say $80 in the blue, right? $80 in the blue. And then let's hypothetically, let's say your runner, because your entry was up here, your runner went all the way to 50 pips. Okay, so how much money did you really make? Let me delete this TP2. Hopefully you're following me in the chat. Almost done with this example here. Let's say that your runner, you smashed 50 pips, but you're not at your one lot no more because you took off 50%. So the runner is also at your 0.5 lot. Okay, which is going to give you $250. Okay. So as a total, you made 330 bucks, right? You made 330 bucks, right? Now I know that in the beginning you had a one lot and you were going for 50 pips, which would have been $500. So yeah, you didn't get your $500, but what you did do was you managed risk and you were securing the bag and you made sure you went home with something. Okay. Makes sense? Yes, makes sense. Okay, good to know. Yep. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so I'm going to delete all that. What we're going to do now is we talked about GU a little bit. The last thing I have for you today is US30. So I'll give you a US30 analysis, and then I'll show you, I will show you 2 trades that we took within the last 2 weeks. I think you're going to like to see, and I'll answer any questions you have. All right. So we're almost done here. So taking a look at US30 here, it's looking a little bearish, right? It's looking, it's not the best daily candle, is it? And I don't really like that daily candle. So let's hop down to the 4-hour. That daily candle don't really tell me too much. Okay, so if I'm looking at the 4-hour, and what I always say is if you get confused, you're not really sure where to start, if you're not really sure, like, you know, what to do here, always get your paintbrush. I always say the paintbrush is your best friend up here. What I do is I just follow this. I say, okay, price came down, price came up, came down. Okay. You know, I do stuff like that. So now that I can see what we're doing here, I can say, okay, price broke this support. If I take away this 4-hour candle, we see on US30 on a 4-hour, we got a closure below. We got a wick up, push down. Oh my goodness, beautiful. 184 pips, nice clean candle here. Okay. But we got to update it, right? Because what we got going on here, we got this current 4-hour candle going on here. So it looks like this candle created a support here. And it looks like it came up, tested this area, and looks like it's rejecting, right? So what's going on here? So let's go to the hourly. So I'm going to update this line since we already broke that support. I'm going to bring it over here to this resistance. Okay, so it's in a funny spot right now. It's kind of like in a range. So let's hop down to the 30-minute. Let's see if we can get a little bit more detail here. And, you know, US30, I'm very picky on my trades. You know, you're going to find if you trade with me, I'm very, very picky. You know, I just like to take high percentage trades. That's all. If I don't see my setups, then I typically don't take them. So something like this, yes, price came down. It shot right up here at 9:30. That's New York Stock Exchange open. Now we're coming back down, right? So what am I seeing here? I'm seeing a whole bunch of rejection, right? So it is possible that price could continue down. But it's also possible that price could just bounce off of here and come right back up. Right? So we got to look at it both ways. Okay. Backs occurred, good information. Appreciate that. Well, if it retraces and hits your stop loss, well, then you should have your stop loss at break even, you know. Link your channel. You got to look up my name. It's real easy. OfficialLins. Official space lens. It's real easy. Not hard. All right. Let's go over to the 15-minute. If any of my subscribers are here, I do see a few of y'all here. Do y'all mind sending the link there? Oh, there we go. Thank you, A1 Trading. Okay. Let's see. But yeah, so, you know, I usually just go down to the 15-minute and then I kind of stop there. So like I said, I just kind of see it playing around in this area. So for me, I would stay out of this until I see something. Now, if I go back to a higher time frame to look for a clean range, the only clean ranges I really see is on the 4-hour, right? So if we break this support, I'll put a line here for the 4-hour. Maybe the next 4-hour candle will come down, right? If the next 4-hour candle comes down, I'm going to show you what that looks like for my visual learners. Okay. You know, maybe it may do this, you know. So the next 4-hour candle, it starts at 1 o'clock. So what is that? About 2 hours from now, 2 hours and a half from now. Okay. It's possible that it could do this. You know, so you may notice that a lot of times I try to envision what I want to see. And if it doesn't happen, it's fine. You know, it doesn't happen. But, you know, sometimes you want to see if you can envision those trades that you want to take. That way you are more prepared, right? You always want to be prepared to take your trades. Okay. So like I was saying, you know, if the next 4-hour candle breaks this low, right, then that tells me that it's probably going to be a red candle. It's probably going to be bearish. And what I would do is just put a support right here. I see support right here. Okay, so this is kind of like a clean range. It's going to be our clean range. Let me just measure this out. It's about 150 pips. So let's slowly break this down to the hourly. It looks good. You know, it looks good. I think if we do break, I think it'll be a good trade here. We'll go down to the 30-minute here. Yeah, I think it'll look okay. Again, it's not promising, but if it happens, it happens. You know, we'll be ready for it. All right, so that's pretty much what I had for y'all. So do y'all have any questions for me? Sorry, I didn't know we're allowed to post links. Hi, Denisha. I see your rages. Definitely subbing. Appreciate that, Jeremy. Yeah, let me know in the chat if y'all have any links. If you have any links, I mean, if you have any questions. But before I leave you today, I'm going to show you, let me see. I have to pull up my Twitter here. A different tab. I'm just going to pull up this trade that we took. Show y'all. Let's see here. Should be on my Discord. Just going to post a picture for y'all. That way I don't have to scroll through my Twitter. Okay, here's one. So this call out was on the 8th. So this was 2 days ago. If you go back to my live streams, I always keep them posted. You can check this out. We did this live. In real time. This is the 300 pip call out on gold. This was a beautiful move. So I'm not too detailed here. Those of you who are members, my paid members, I do give them a detailed analysis on the strategy. But you can always check out the live stream. I did break down the entire move before it even happened on what we were looking to see here. But basically, this was a 4-hour candle flip. And you see I had a line here. We were waiting for that next 4-hour candle to break these highs. Okay, we already had our clean ranges mapped out to the left, which you can't see. We already had our ideal TP, right? You see this zone right here? Originally, we were going for 133 pips. But the way this candle acted, I'm gonna be honest with you, the way Ukraine is and Russia and everything going on, and it started to retrace, I was like, you know what? Let me take my 90 pips and leave, you know? So what I did was I closed about 90% of my trade. And then I just left the runner go to 300, you know, and I closed out right here. It went up above 300 as well. But I just want to show y'all that. So that was 2 days ago. We've been having a good time on gold. Today we took a little L on gold. You know, it's okay though. We've been doing pretty well. I think I have one more trade to show y'all. This one was on USD Cad. It's about 2 weeks ago. I think this was 40 pips. Literally the strategy I just broke down to you today. We did this live as well. You see here, we have this clean range mapped out here. We waited for that 4-hour and the 1-hour break of support. You know, we're really patient. You know, we just wait for those break of structures. We take our impulse entries. We have calculated stop losses. Our stop losses are really small. I think, how much should we risk here? Let me see. We risk 12 pips. That's really not too bad to get 40. You know, we risk 12 pips for 40, you know, so that's not too bad. Alrighty, so I just want to show y'all that. Let me just check back in here with the chat. Hey George, I see you, George. I'm down 6% left, 19 days left. Any advice? Yes. And you know what? You'll be my last question. I got you. I'm gonna help you. Watch this. So let's do a little drawing right here. So let's see. You're down. So I'm gonna put -6%. What's your target, by the way? What's the target for you to pass? Is it 8%? Is it 10%? I'm not really sure. Let me know in the chat what your target is. So you're down 6% and you got 19 days left. Okay. Let's write that down. 19 days left. So number one, do not change as long as you're sticking to your trading plan, don't change that. Don't overtrade to try to make up your days. Don't do that. Don't get FOMO. Don't try to, let me just rack up so I can, no. Just trade regular. Make sure you have a daily pip goal. 10%? Okay, thank you. So 10% to pass. Perfect. 10% to pass. So look, let me ask you this. If you get to break even, do they give you a free retry? Because at least if you can get to break even, that's fine, which you can in 19 days. So this is what I'm going to tell you to do. Go for 1% a day. It's a terrible percentage. Look at that. Go for 1% a day. Okay. 1% a day. Once you get your 1%, you're done. Don't hop back in the market. If you see a good trade, no. Keep your discipline. Go for that 1% a day. Now, I'm not sure which challenge you're doing. I don't know if you're doing the 10K, the 20K, but you can let me know in the chat. I would be able to give you a little bit more details on lot sizes here if you do let me know that. But 1% a day, you got 19 days. Even if let's say you get 3 wins, it'll be up 3%, and then you'll have 3% left to get to break even. But I'm going to assume that they give you a retry if you're at break even at least, right? I mean, you got 19 days to get 1%. I mean, if you got 1% every day, that'd be 19%. But of course, you're going to take a loss. So we're not going to say that. What I am going to say is I do believe that, let's say within the next 10 days, right? 10 trading days. I'm speaking of 10 trading days, not the weekend. But let's say you get 7 wins and 3 losses, right? If you're just doing 1% a day, then you should be good. And when I say 1% a day, I'm talking about losses as well. So make sure that when you take a loss, once you lose 1%, you're done. Cut yourself off. Trade tomorrow, okay? Once you win 1%, cut yourself off, okay? You know what I'm trying to say? So you want to make sure you're sticking to your risk management. Do not lose more than 1% a day. But I don't know which challenge you're doing, but let's say you're doing the 10K challenge. Then I'd assume, let's say you're using a 1 lot for the 10K challenge. 1% would be $100, So just an example, if you're doing the 10K account, 1% of 10K is $100. So once you lose $100, cut yourself off. No more trading that day, okay? That's just an example. All right, and vice versa. Once you win 100, cool, you did good. Move on to the next day. You got this, Make sure you keep your confidence within yourself. Make sure you stick to your risk management and stick to your plan. The example I was given here with, let's say like in 10 trading days, you get 7 wins and 3 losses. That means you're up 7%, down 3%. So that means you're up 4%, right? Which would mean now, right? Let's update this 10 days later. Hypothetically, if you took 7 wins and 3 losses, now you'll just be down 2%. And now you're going to have 9 days left. I'm pretty sure in 9 days, you can get up 2%. And at least then you'll be at break even. At break even, then you can get a retry, for free, and you continue what you're doing, okay? Make sense? Did that help? Let me know if that helped you out. You can do it. You can always do it. Just believe you can do it, Hopefully that helped y'all out. And even if someone else is listening and maybe they needed help with that as well, hopefully that helped you out there. All right, y'all. I think that's all I have for y'all today. Do appreciate y'all coming through to the stream. I think I'm all set here.
Thanks again for watching today's show. Our goal at A1 Trading is to continue to share free value to our audience through daily videos and articles, keeping you up to date with the latest market coverage. If you enjoy our content, make sure to subscribe for more. And remember to check the description below if you're looking for a new broker, trying to get funded, or looking for a trading community to join. From all of us at A1 Trading, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.